starting it. See if I can find a picture of it completed. I'm gonna make a scarf. Yeah, this is what it looks like completed. I'm not gonna probably put the tassels and stuff on, but this is what it's gonna look like completed. It's a Tunisian scarf. Basically, this it's like a regular crochet hook, only this is much bigger. You can see, and it's got a cord on it, and the cord is attached to the one end, and then you end up putting a stopper on this end, because if you don't put a stopper on it, you'll end up losing your stitches. So I decided I'm going to do this. I was going to do something with my music, but I haven't practiced enough to do it, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, because Tunisian crochet, I've done Tunisian crochet before. This is a scarf. It's very simple to do. You just decrease, add on one end and decrease on the other, eventually. But I'm going to show you how I'm doing this. What I did is I chained 3 to begin with, and basically on Tunisian crochet, you do not turn your work. It all is done on the same side. So I basically go into this, and this is an M Tunisian hook. That's what it calls for. Probably could have made this a little looser when I chained, but you just basically, you go into your stitches like this, and you pull it up. Then I go into my last one, and I pull up. Now I've got three stitches on my hook. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go through one. Now this is why you only go through one, because they're going to chain stitch on the edge. Go through one. That gives you your chain stitch, because you want a chain stitch on the edge, because that makes it clean. Then I'm going to go through 2, and then 2, and that is the backward pass. You have a forward pass and a backward pass. That's basically all the Tunisian is forward pass and backward pass. Now I'm going to keep track of my rows. Excuse me, I have to get water in a bit. I count my rows. Now row 2, it's an increase row. I'm not going to increase every on the even rows. So I'm going to put my between my first and second vertical, you got 2 vertical ones. You got this one here, and you got this one here. So I just stick my hook in between those 2 and draw up a loop. This is called yarn over. This is where I'm increasing. Draw up a loop like that. I think I did that right. Yeah, I think I did. Let me see make sure I did it right. Okay, next vertical bar. This would be another vertical bar here, unless I did it wrong. Let me go take that out and do that again. I think I may have made a mistake, so I'm going to start now. Do that again. Get these. Do that. Go there. There we go. Now I'm going to start this over, because I think I messed up when I did it. So I need to start it again so you can watch me clearly. Go chain 3. Now I'm going to do my forward pass. I'm going to the second chain from the hook. You do not count this one on the hook here. You got the next one down. You go into here, and you pull up a loop. That's all you're doing is pulling up a loop, pull up a loop. Now, to make my chain stitch on the end, I just go through one. I just go through that end stitches. You can see I go through the end one. Then I go through the other. Then I go through 2, because that end one gives you a chain stitch. Because that's how you have to you have to want a smooth edge. So that's how you do that. Okay, there we go. Now, when I did this, I did it wrong. So that was my fault. Okay, now you got 2 vertical ones. You got this one here, and you got this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my hook in between those 2, and I'm going to draw up a loop. And there's where I'm yarning over, and I'm doing an increase. Then I come in here, and basically all you do is stick it into that vertical bar, draw up a loop. Now I've got 3 back on the hook. I want to make sure I did that right. I think I did. Then on the vertical, then on the edge, you do the vertical bars again. You do the vertical. Got the 2 vertical bars, which is your chain stitch. You got to put it through both of them. And welcome to those that just came in. And you draw up a loop. Now that's my forward pass. Now my backward pass. I'm going to start another one. And that's and this will be row 2. Now I'm just going to go through 1, but you got to do the forward pass and backward pass to have the whole be a complete row. I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Now, since I've got 2 rows done, I do not have to. I'm not going to go ahead and increase. You only increase on every even row. Now this is the end one right here. This end one here, I do not go into that one. I skip that one. I go into this one, and I do my yarn over. Then you got this one here. You got to go into here, yarn over, pull up just yarning over, pulling up a loop and yarning over. Welcome. I can't really read your. Oh, I think I've had that a while, Swag. Basically what it was is I worked on the things in your the broadcasters. Everybody has quests we have to do, like it's your invite master and do your emails and stuff like that. And I think that's how I got it. Now I'm going to go through my chain. See these 2? You got to go through both of these on this vertical edge. That's the hardest part, is getting this vertical edge right. But you got to go through both of these, because if you don't, you're not going to have a good edge. So I have to take and go through both of these. And this will be, you better come over to Haps, Swag. Instead of being on Periscope, come over to Haps, because you'll find it's a lot better. I don't even go on Periscope anymore. I stay off of it, because I don't need to broadcast on there. I'm streaming to it, but I'm not broadcasting on it anymore. Okay, that's row 3. So now I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to do my increase again. I go in between these 2 right here where I stick my finger. You can see there's one here and there's one here. I don't go through. I go through in between those 2 and draw up a loop. And I have to make sure when I come back that I catch up that loop when I do it, because it's real hard. It would be real hard to miss it, or real easy to miss it. So now I just go back in, and then what I'm doing is just picking up all these vertical. You see these vertical ones here? Just picking up the vertical ones is all I'm doing. It's just picking up the ones that are vertically. Pick them up, and then I go into my, and then I do the chain stitch on the edge. You pick up both the vertical bars on the edge to make that a clean edge with your chain stitch. And now I do 1 again. That makes your chain stitch for the next row. Do 1 again. Then I go through 2. Then I go through another 2. Then I go through 2. And I go through another 2. Eventually I'm going to have, I think I'm on 25 stitches on here is all I'm going to have. A total of 25. Because I'm only increasing every other row. So, and I've got my counter here so I can keep track of it. Oh, I scared the dog. It fell on the floor and I scared her. So I can keep track of it. Let me grab it real quick. I'm going to, hopefully I don't knock my tripod over. Let me grab it real quick. I got to lean down and get it, so you won't see me right away. There we go. Okay. I didn't mean to throw it, but it just ended up almost hitting the dog, and she jumped. This has been a pretty rough day for me today. I've had a sick dog pretty much today. She's been eating a little bit better, but she's not 100% yet, I don't think. And that's Carmen. I know Captain Rehab. He loves Carmen. He was in here. I know he'd be devastated, but she got sick last night, and she threw up today, and Okay, Swag, I'm trying to read what you said. Okay. Oh, thank you, Swag. Thank you. Thank you for saying so. A lot of people wouldn't think so, but at least you do. You know. So I appreciate that. So now I'm going to go through both of these again, and I'm going to increase. There, I increase. I probably, what I did is I increased on the last one. I wasn't supposed to. Um, no, that was 5. This is 6. So I may have to end up starting it again. If I increased on it, I'll have one too many. But I hoped I didn't. Okay. Now I'm going to go into this here. Going to 1 and then 2. If I have more than one, I guess it don't really matter. It's not gonna. It's really not really matter if I've got more than the stitches I'm supposed to have. It won't matter. But I try to do everything properly. You see, I went through both of the vertical bars. Now I'm just going to go through one again because that's my chain stitch. Then I'm going through one here, going through here, going through these two, and these two. It's 2 every time. And as you can see how it starts to increase? But you also have a chain stitch edge that's supposed to be pretty clean. Um, so that's 6. Now this time I do not I don't increase. I'm just going to pick this one up here. Now I pick these all up here. This is just a plain simple um, Tunisian stitch. There are some where you do the honeycomb. This is just a plain Tunisian. You got to make sure that you do um, this Tunisian crochet has a tendency to curl. The reason for that is because you're only going one direction. You're not turning your work. When real crochet, you turn your work. This you don't turn your work. So your work is going to have a tendency to curl. So far it looks okay. I've done Afghans and I've done shawls, and it wants to curl. So you kind of have to block it at the end to kind of get that curl out of there. So see, I'm going both stitches again, and then I'm going to go through 2 because you only go through 1 the first time. Then go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, and go through 2. See how it's beginning to look? It's really beginning to look. Well, hi, good to see you. Good to see you, Damon. Since I got my thing down, it's kind of hard to see who's in here, but I'm trying to do a scarf. I've never done Tunisian crochet in here, and I wanted to do that. So now I'm on row. Now I'm on a even row. So now I increase again. So I take put my finger in between this one and this one here, and I do a yarn over. You make a yarn over. But like I said, when I come back, I have to make sure I pick that up when I come back. So then because it's real easy to miss that because it's just on your hook. But I managed to get it every time. See how it's increasing? You see it's increasing. I'm getting more stitches every time. And this cord here is to hold my stitches on. And this stopper here is to keep them from falling off. You have to have a cord. Now this is a shorter cord. This is because it's a short project. But when I do real long projects, like if you do a real long blanket or what have you, you'd have to have a real long cord. But I don't have to have that real long of a cord with this because it's a real easy short project. And I'm just using my counter. You see I'm going through 2 every time. See, I'm going through 2, just taking it through 2. 2 every time. 2. I'm going through 2, and I go through 2, and I'm picking that one up. I just now did the one that I increased on. I'm doing through 2. See how it's coming along? See, you can see it's increase. And the yarn I'm using is Big Cakes. It's a number 4 yarn. You can use any yarn you want to. They use Colorscapes. I don't happen to have that, so I just use whatever I got. I've got so much yarn I need to start using up. So that's a good thing I can use it that way. Okay, that was number 8. Now I'm not going to increase. I'm just going to increase every even row. So just see, like I said, I just drop up a loop. I just leave it on and that's the whole reason why you have to have this, because you just leave your loops right on your hook. You don't take them off. until you go to the backward pass. And I see I put them all on here. Now I do the one, now I do two of them together. There's two vertical bars. You got to pick up both of them right on the edge to make that a clean edge. So you can see this got the chain stitch there. Now I just do one, then I do two, and two, and two, and two, and two. Oh my, I got 95 already. This is awesome. I know it's going to be, she's going to DM me. We're going to get together, a broadcast together where we're collaborating. She's going to be crocheting and I'm going to be crocheting. So we're going to do that together. Good to see you, Damon. It's going to be kind of hard to read your comments, but I'll look at it when I look at the replay. I can, I don't have my iPad set for that because I've been trying to look at my pattern, but I have to know how much I'm going to have to do this on, how long I have to increase. So that's why I've got this here. So in rows 4 to 44, repeat rows 2 and 3. You should have 25 stitches at the end of row 44. And place a stitch marker. I've got me some stitch markers right here. I bought me a bunch of stitch markers. Amazon, I do that. And then I go to 141. Then I repeat row 3. I still only have 25 stitches because I only increase up to row 44, and then after that I don't increase anymore. So that's why I've got the stitch marker. Okay, now I got to look at my stitch. That's why I've got my stitch marker here to make sure that I did the right thing. I think I'm forgetting to increase when I'm supposed to. Or did I increase on that one? I think I did. Yeah, I did because I remembered I picked it up. So now I'm going in. Now I'm not going in between now. I'm just drawing up a loop. Drawing up a loop. Just yarning over, drawing up a loop. Drawing up a loop, and you can see it's getting bigger and bigger, and it'll get bigger and bigger. And it's gonna, I'm not if I'm gonna put the tassels and everything, but I wanted to make a scarf, a Tunisian scarf. I've got a Tunisian shawl that I showed people on my broadcast a couple of weeks ago, maybe. I don't know when it was, last week maybe. And I watched the replay, but I don't know exactly when I showed it. But anyway, I wanted to show you that this is a simple project to do. I had heard about Tunisian crochet quite a while ago, and I never started it until a while back. And I thought, well, I'm going to give this Tunisian crochet a chance and see how it's going to. Well, it's actually going to be like a triangle. It starts at the bottom. See how it's increasing? It's getting wider and wider and wider. But you're only going to have a total of 25 stitches. So now I've got to increase again. So I go. So between this and this, and I do another increase. Come right in here, do another increase. Then because I don't do that very first one. Then I come in here and I draw up a loop, go into my vertical bars. That's all these are vertical bars. And I'm just drawing up loops in those vertical bars, as you can see. See all these vertical bars down here? That's how I do this, just through those vertical bars. Drawing up a loop and drawing up a loop. And then I go in here into my 2 vertical bars on the end because you want to make a chain stitch. So you got to catch both of them. And that makes your chain stitch because it makes it a neater edge that way. And then I come back when I go back, my forward, as I'm doing my backward pass, I just go through 1 and then I go through 2 every time. Go through 2 and go through 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. It's real simple. This is a very, very simple pattern to do. I haven't made it, I think I started making this a while back, and I was having problems getting it to look right. So I thought, well, I'll start it again, and hopefully I can get it to look right. see what my row, okay, that was 10. So now, because I have to look at my rows. So if you see me looking at I want to make sure that I'm not increasing when I'm not supposed to, because it's real easy to forget that, So here I'm just going in here because the increases are on my even rows. So there we go. And so you can see it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I hope that everybody had a great day. I wish my day would have been better, but with the dog being sick, and it hasn't been the best day. I think she's feeling a little better now. She's up on my bed trying to sleep. But the first time I noticed it yesterday during the day. She kept wanting to go outside and eat grass, and I knew she had an upset stomach. And I thought, oh boy, here we go. Well, she was eating grass, and by 1 o'clock in the morning, she was starting to throw up. So I took her outside. I let her outside. So she went to the bathroom. Then 2 hours later, she had to do it again. So man, there. Now I got that row done. But she hasn't thrown up, and she threw up this morning when she got up, and that was stomach acid. But she's been fine ever since. So I think she's going to be okay now. But I'm kind of trying to watch her real carefully because I don't want her getting sick again. See, now I'm see what I'm doing. I'm going in between these two where my finger is. I'm going in between those two, and I'm drawing up a loop. That's where I'm increasing. I'm just increasing on the one side. That's just the one, and it makes it look real funny. It makes it look like it's a triangle or diagonal, whatever you want to say. So, wow, 130 people. If this was my HAPS challenge, I'd be making it real easy. But I've already got my HAPS challenge. But I'll take however many people I can get in here. They usually like crafts and stuff, so I can take however many people want to come in here. That's fine. It's awesome. Okay. I do that. Now I'm going to go through 2, and then 2, and then 2, and then 2, then 2, 2, and 2. Oh, hi. What'd you say, Damon? You there? I don't know what you're trying to say, Damon. I lost something in the translation somewhere along the line. I'll look at your when I get done and I'm ready to close the broadcast up. Then I'll pull it up and then I can go back and kind of look at the comments because I've got it down so you can see my hands and not just my face. So that's why I've done this so I can. I really haven't got the proper setup, but it'll have to do for right now until I can figure things out. So I'll get it all figured out eventually. It'll probably be different when Michelle and I, Native Graffiti, when we do our broadcast together. She's gonna DM me. It won't be this week anymore. It'll probably be next week. So it won't be on Saturday because that's my Sabbath, and she won't come in on then anyway. So we'll see how things are going to go. So I'm kind of anxious to collaborate with her again and see what we can do because I had a lot of fun the last time she was on and we were collaborating together. It was awesome. So and I've seen a lot of them do the same thing. They collaborate together, and John Cook says he wants to collaborate with me to cook. We can do a cooking thing together. Well, that'd be kind of awesome. I told him today on the Q&A on Peter and Pablo's Q&A that would be awesome to do. But see there, you can see, look how big it's getting already. See how it's expanding? It's really getting big fast. And like I said, this is a big ball. I think this is a 10.5-ounce ball. So I'll probably never use all of this, but I've got plenty of yarn to use so I can start making a lot of scarves and hats and what have you with my yarn. And I want to do some Tunisian crochet. I'm going to do my diamond painting one of these times, but the one I'm doing is going to take too long to set it up because it's big. So I would rather just hold off and do something like this. It doesn't take much to do and leave that sit. I will show you when I get to a certain part. When I get pretty much of it done, though, I haven't got very much done because I'm always doing something else, and my dog's always up on my chair because she's been sick now. So she was up there this morning. So I just have to, when she gets better, then she gets to feeling better, then I can do it a little bit more. But for right now, I just have to, just take things as they come. So see how I'm just doing 2 every time. And this is getting bigger and bigger. It's getting wider and wider. And only gets up to more, like I said, only 25 at the most. And the next time I'll decrease. Then when I get to after I get row 44, then I start decreasing. So then I think every other row then. So it'll be different. So gets wider, and then it ends up getting shorter, smaller, and smaller. So then I decrease. So it's very simple to do. I enjoy doing stuff like this. Make sure I got my right. Okay. I enjoy doing stuff like this. I enjoy crocheting. I enjoy knitting, loom knitting. This is therapeutic. It gets my hands going, and it helps me to show other people that if they want to do it, they can learn how to do it. It doesn't take that long. But as you can see, regular crochet, you take it off your hook as you go. But see, with Tunisian, you do not. You leave them on your hook. That's why you have to use this kind of hook, and you have to have a cord on the end of it, because you cannot do it without a cord. So I use one of the shorter cords. I got a long cord up to 54 inches, but that's for a real long project, like maybe a Tunisian blanket. That's probably what I'll use that for. But for right now, I'm not, even worrying about that. I'm just doing it as doing it the way I need to get it done, and so making sure I'm not skipping any of these. I may be skipping some of these. I don't know if I'm skipping. I don't think I am. I was hoping I wasn't skipping bars. I got to make sure I'm not skipping bars, because if I do, I'll end up taking this out after I get off the broadcast and redoing it. But for you, I just want to show you. Basically, this is basically just a tutorial to show you how that you do something. This is basically, that's all. This is all there is to it to make this scarf. That's all there is to it. Right on down each row. The forward pass. Now this is the backward pass that I'm doing, and then I'm going to start the forward pass. You have to have a forward and a backward pass. That's one whole row. That's how you count it. So now I'm going to increase again. I'm going to go right in between these first two vertical bars and yarn over. Then I catch this one up and go that vertical bar. Then the next one, and just keep going on and on and on. This is a very simple project. I know that somebody might want to learn how to do this. All you have to do is go onto YouTube and look up Tunisian crochet. You can get a lot of tutorials done. Now this is on Pinterest. I found this on Pinterest, so I'm doing this from Pinterest. They've got a lot of. I mean, I do my, my recipes from there. You could do this kind of stuff. I mean, they got just anything you want to name. They've got on Pinterest, and that's what I like about Pinterest. There's so many things there that, no lacks of anything. Let's put it that way. There's anything that you want to do, you want to mention. My daughter uses it for her recipes. Anything that you want to make, you can make. So that's how I made that one shawl I did. That one shawl I showed on my broadcast. I think whenever I showed it, I made it from Pinterest because that's where I found it. So I keep wanting to say recipes. It's not recipes. It's your patterns. So see, I skipped that first one. Now I've got to do this second one. I'm not gonna yarn over this time because this is not a increased row. It's only every other row. That my single or my even rows. Even rows are your increase rows, and I believe I'll have to look at it. But I believe when I do the decrease rows, I think it's the same ones again, or it might be on the other end. I'm not have to find out. I may have to increase on this other end. But it's going to be awesome when this gets done. It's going to be a very pretty scarf. It's kind of unusual to have one like this, but this is the uniqueness about Tunisian. It's a different, like I said, it's a different thing altogether. As you can see that I'm going through 2 every time, and whoops, went through 3 that time. I wasn't supposed to go through 3. and it's coming along. You can see how much I've done just these few minutes. See how big it is. Um, oh, it is. Oh, thanks, Damon. Thanks. That's awesome. It's very awesome. Um, I like to take up crafting. Crafting is I've got, like I said, a crafting is on my one of my things on my bio, and I like to doing crafts because it's a lot of fun. They're very fun. It's therapeutic. Um, it keeps my hands a going and keeps my mind on my work, on what I'm doing here, and I'm not worried about anything else, about what's going on around me or anything like that. I just, you know, just enjoying doing this, and um, doing it for as long as I can. I'll make this broadcast as long as I can. If I get a little tired, then I'll close it up. But you can see I'm getting quite a few people in here already. Got 179 in just a few minutes. So this is really drawing the people in. Um, Eventually, I want to do one on my keyboard. I just bought a new keyboard, but I have to do more practicing on it. I was practicing on it earlier, but I haven't got it down yet. And I'm trying to go through lessons on the internet to try to learn how. And Simply Piano's an app. Trying to do some things. I get a month free on that. After the month, I'm going to cancel because it's too expensive a year. Oh, thank you for the award. That's awesome. I'm trying to get my $100. I've still got a ways to go to get my $100. Um, then I could get to 200, but I don't think I'm going to make it by Sunday. It's going to start over again come Monday or Tuesday. I think Tuesday, maybe, I don't know. So I don't think there's a 29th of February this year. It goes to the 28th. I think Sunday's the last day of the month. So if I don't make it by Sunday, then I'm just going to start over again. So it's okay. You know, I appreciate every bit that everybody gives me. It really helps. Everything helps. You know, I do appreciate, I do appreciate you being here for me, and I do appreciate, you got people like Damon, you got people like Tony that are here for me, and they like to you know see what I'm doing and learning. It's fun. It's fun to learn. It's fun to show other people what I've learned, because people don't know how to do this. And if this helps somebody to learn something, you know, and to do something new, try it. You're going to find that it's quite fun to do. It's very, very simple to do. Um, like I said, therapeutic. You can get through a Tunisian crocheted blanket or a scarf. They even do hats. I haven't learned how to do that yet, but you could do all kinds of stuff, sweaters and stuff. You can do that stuff pretty fast, um, faster than you can loom knitting. This goes pretty fast. I like loom knitting as well, but I thought I would do this today and show you how you can um, do a Tunisian scarf, because I had this in mind, and I thought, well, you haven't seen how to do this yet, so I thought I'd show you. I do appreciate you, everybody coming in here and spending your time with me, because you could be doing something else, but you'd rather just come in here and spend it with me, and I appreciate that. You know, it makes me feel good to know that you care enough about me to be in here for me and want to see what I'm showing you. Um, it's not easy. It's not easy to try to show people, because some people don't want to hear it, but that's okay. Oh my goodness, thank you for all the awards. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the awards. Oh my. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Wow, Damon did, and oh wow, Amazing did. Wow, you guys are awesome. 535. Well, you're really helping me out big time. Oh, thank you so much. I've got 100. You see how much I've got in here already? 196. So I'm going to, even if I was doing my HAPS challenge now, I'd make it. I already did my HAPS challenge on Monday, but I'll take as many people as I can get. If people are willing to come in and watch my broadcast, I'll take it. Now I got over 200. That's awesome. See, isn't that great? Um, this is an awesome broadcast. Now I'm going to, so I've done 18 rows. So now I don't do anything again. I don't round over. I just go in here and I do my vertical bars, just do all the vertical bars. And this is going to be awesome. It's going to really be, this is going to be really nice. Now, like I said, these cords on the end here are so you hold your stitches. Um, but they're longer cords. I've got them all different lengths. I've got them 50 up to 54 inches. This is a, I don't know, about a third. I don't know how big. It's not very long, but I don't need a long one for this. Without the stopper in here, they'd fall off. So the stopper's on there to stop to hold them there. So because I'm eventually going to get where they're going to go off this crochet hook and onto my cord. So that's what the cord is there for. I got these all from the same place where I bought the hooks. I bought the cords at the same place. Some gal named Denise. She makes good money, I guess, selling her Tunisian hooks. I like these Tunisian hooks and her cords, so I bought a bunch of them and decided to keep them. And if I start making big projects, I'll have the cords here, because I was doing a project a while back that needed a longer cord than what I had. So I thought, well, I might as well order some from her and get a whole set of them. So I have different lengths. So that's what I did. See how it's coming? Oh, thank you for another one. Wow, awesome. You guys are awesome. See how this is coming along? It looks kind of different on the other side, but here's the right side. See, and this is the wrong side right here, which you can see is the wrong side. And this is the right side. See, these are the vertical bars. These are what I've been going into. So all these vertical bars here is what I've been crocheting into. And that's what makes this so unique, is all these vertical bars. Now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to see, I got those. There's two there. I got both of the edges. If I could chain stitch there, excuse me. And then I got to go in here, and I got to yarn over again, and increase again. So every other row I'm increasing. That's why I'm using my counter, so I don't go too far, because I have to have 44 rows. I have to have 25 stitches, I believe. Getting not there yet, but I'll get there eventually. But I think I thank everybody for coming in and giving me the awards. I'm gonna get some water to drink real quick here. Sorry if it's loud, but I get real thirsty and I like to drink a lot of water. So, but you can see this is a very, very simple pattern. Like I said, this really has only one side to it that you can even, if everybody wears this, they wear it on this side out. Because when I first started doing this, I thought this is really different because you're just doing it on the right side. You are not turning your work. In actual crochet, you turn your work. I'm not turning my work. So that's what makes it different, makes it unique, because you don't turn your work. You just keep on going on the same side. Then I'll go through one, then I go through two every time. Two and two and two. And it's getting wider and wider and wider. Let's see, this is very simple. Very, very simple. So if anybody wants to try this, you can actually do it yourself. It's real simple. And you'll find that it's easy. Once you start doing something like this, you kind of get a rhythm. You get a rhythm of going, and you keep on going, and you really have a good time with it. So I don't know if that was my 20 row. I'm going to count these. I think it was 20. So to make sure I got 20 on here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a little more. It's hard to count sometimes, but I'll probably end up just showing you. I'll probably end up taking this out and starting it over, but you can basically get an idea of how this is done. It's a very simple thing to do. Very, very simple. I don't know. I don't yarn over on that one. I was starting to yarn over. You don't do that. So this is something I like doing. Is something that gives me pleasure. I like doing stuff like this. I always have liked doing stuff like this, because something, You start making something, you get it done, you stand back and you look at it and you say, uh-huh, I accomplished what I set out to do. And I'm one of these kind, I like to finish what I start. So I know I've got several projects that go on, but I do eventually get them done. I've still been working on the blanket for Alex DeStinker, the one that's on anybody knows him on Periscope. I'm still working on his blanket yet. I work on that in the mornings. I don't bring it in here. I leave it in the living room because it's quite big. So I work on it. I work on it out there in the mornings. And then I work on my blanket at night, or I can start working on the hat, or I can do this. But I try to try to keep my hands moving because I enjoy doing crafts. I have always liked doing crafts. Crafts are fun. Like I said, it's therapeutic, gives you something to do, and you stand back and when you've got it made, you say, "Uh-huh, look what I've accomplished. I've made something. I actually made something, and it looks like something." Um, when I first started doing this stuff, I thought, "Can I actually make this? Can I make it look like something?" Well, yeah, I can. If anybody can do anything they set their mind to. You just have to tell yourself you can do it, and just do it. Just get it done and do it. It's see, but you can see it's really taken shape now. Um, yeah, probably more than likely I'll probably just defrog it and then restart it when I get off this broadcast, because it's basically just a tutorial to show you how to do how this works. But this is so much fun. Um, you guys should try this. Try crocheting, try knitting, or uh, embroidery, like diamond painting or whatever. Try stuff like that. You might enjoy it. It's going to give you great pleasure. Keeps your hands busy. Keeps my mind off of any problems I might have, any troubles I might have, because I'm got my mind on what I'm doing, and I don't have my mind elsewhere. So that's why I like doing this. It's um, it's just fun. It's therapeutic. Um, Now my daughter, she's been doing the diamond painting so much that she's got tendonitis in her finger. She thinks it's been hurting real bad, and she has to wear like a brace on it. Um, I told her to kind of slow up a little bit, not work so hard. But she was trying to get the one done for my grandson. She's got my two grandsons. She's trying to get theirs done, but when they're in school, and she was working hard till she got it done. But then she's hurting her hand too. So, and I thought maybe it was carpal tunnel, but she said no, it was tendonitis. She thinks so. Um, this is kind of repetitive, but I'll tell you one thing: I don't do hours and hours and hours of this, because you've got to take breaks in between. So I'm telling anybody that if you decide to take this up, do anything like this, you don't want to keep working at it. You want to take a break, because it can be hard on you. You can get carpal tunnel. Plus you gotta take breaks because you can get tired out anyway. So I do take breaks from Alex's blanket. I do take break from the diamond painting. I haven't done in a few days, but I could get on and do that again. But you got to take breaks once in a while and do other stuff, and go back to it later. I find in the diamond painting that my eyes feel like they're cross-eyed, like I'm looking cross-eyed at somebody, and that's not good, because your eyes start bugging out of your head, because it's very, very delicate work. You got these small resin stones in your canvas, and you have to have a light pad on your canvas to light it up. And it's very, very, without the light pad, you can't see your canvas, because the your the things they put on it, you can't see them. You can't see, because some of them they don't put on very good. Your symbols, I should say. I couldn't figure out what I was going to say. Symbols. The symbols are hard to see without your light pad. I bought a light pad at Amazon, real cheap light pad. And hi, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm doing a Tunisian crochet scarf. This is basically just a tutorial to show you how you do it. I might just end up taking this out and starting it over. But this is basically, you can see it started down here and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I just increase every other row, and then I get to a certain point, like 44 rows, and then after I get to rows 44, then I don't increase anymore. Then it goes back the other way. Then I kind of go straight for a while. But this is a lot of fun. If you've never done Tunisian crochet, take it up. This is very simple. As you can see, this is a crochet hook. This is a size M crochet hook, but it's got a cord on the end of it. That's what makes this different from your regular crochet. You can't do this on regular crochet because you have to have the cord because there's length. Now, that being said, I've done an interlock blanket already without a cord because the crochet hook is long enough, and you only have about 4 or 5 of your things on there at once anyway. So I've done an interlock blanket, and um, you're not adding on and getting more and more like here. So this cord about 12 inches long or so, maybe a little shorter, and then the stoppers to keep it from going over on keep them from going off the edge, because if you know you're working away and you start losing your stitches and they fall off, you're defeating the purpose. You've got to go back and start it all over again. So I decided I better put that stopper on. That's what they recommend, put the stopper on, so you know that your stopper is there and they're not going to go off the edge. Now I'm going to increase again because I'm on row 23. So I'm increasing, and then I'm, like you can see, I'm just pulling up a loop. I'm going in all these vertical bars that you can see, and I'm just pulling up a loop. All these vertical bars. See these vertical bars? Just pulling up a loop on all these vertical bars. Yarning over and pulling up a loop. And leaving them on my hook and my cord. And eventually they'll go on the cord. I'll run out of room on my crochet hook, and they'll go on the cord. That's what's so different about Tunisian. But you can do a lot with Tunisian. I've like I said, I've made shawls from Tunisian crochet. I made an interlock blanket. They call it interlock because you're making squares, and you're locking them together by doing the Tunisian stitch. You're locking them together, so it makes it kind of unique. It's very, very. It's time consuming though, but it's very pretty when I get it done. When I got it done, it was very, very pretty. I found the pattern again on Pinterest, I believe it was. Or was it? No, I take that back. I was on. There's one I found on yarnspirations.com. Used to be Red Heart. It's yarnspirations.com, and they have a interlock pattern on there. Now I didn't use the colors they used. What I did is I made an interlock blanket for my great grandson, and I sent it to my grandson and his wife for Christmas for the baby. That's what I did. So, and I used baby colors, and I think they really liked it. So, and I made other stuff. I made a hat, and I made some booties, and I made a diaper cover, and I made the interlock blanket. And I bought him a couple things too. Later on, I bought him stuff for bottles, I think bottle warmer or something, and a couple other things I paid quite a bit for, the stuff that she had wanted. So, so so I've been doing this for quite a while. Tunisian hasn't been around too awful long, and I just started doing it not too awful long ago, because I've been doing everything else but Tunisian. I've been doing regular crocheting. I've been doing your loom knitting. Loom knitting is a lot of fun too. If you've never taken up loom knitting, take up loom knitting, because it's a lot of fun. That's therapeutic too, and that's what it is. You got pegs on a loom. I bought some looms from KB looms that are small looms that got small pegs, because I like doing this using the small pegs, so I only have to use one strand of yarn. Because if you get the real big pegs like the ones from Boy, or I think the other ones have got the big pegs, you have to use 2 strands of yarn because your hat would be too thin otherwise. But these are very, very small pegs. I showed them to you before. Very small pegs. So I only have to use 1 strand of yarn. I also have a loom that rotates. It's a rotating loom. I've done stuff on that too. I've got a shawl sitting on there that I need to finish. Similar, it's the same yarn I use for the Tunisian shawl. So I'll eventually get that one done too. But it's just so much fun to be able to do this stuff. But right now I'm trying to concentrate on getting that blanket done. I'm trying to concentrate on other stuff, and things that need to get done around here and stuff. So I'd like to take breaks, and then I've been practicing on my keyboard, trying to learn it and stuff. So I'm keeping myself busy throughout the day, as you can tell. But coming in here and being here for you guys, this is awesome. It it's a lot of it's fun. It's fun showing somebody how to do something, and some people probably pick it up quickly, and some don't. I'm one of these kind that when I somebody shows me something, I usually pick it up pretty fast. It doesn't take me very long to pick things up. I learn it quite quickly, and I don't, once I've learned it, it kind of sticks in my head, and I don't have to worry about it ever, I'm never losing it or anything like that. So I just, you know, watch what they're doing. I'm one of these kind. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a visual person. If I can watch somebody do it, like a YouTube video or something like this, watch somebody do it and then pick it up and do it as they're doing it. That's easier for me. But from just to follow a pattern. Now I do. Now that being said, I do follow patterns that are written out that you can't you don't see them done. You do them yourself. But if something I'm learning new, I'm a visual person. I like to learn visually. That's what I'm doing with my keyboard. I bought this app for my iPad. $2.99 was the app, and it's got 236 lessons. And he's going through the different stages of how to play different chords and different keys and stuff. I just have my keyboard out, and I put my iPad up on my on my music stand. Turn the app on and let the videos play, and I follow along with him. That's how I'm learning. I think I'm on lesson 12 now. And I've also got the Simply Piano app, but I'm going to probably take that one off after a month, because that's $120 a year, and I'm not about to pay that. That's insane, really. But somebody had bought that app, and I watched them on YouTube, and they had used the Simply Piano app to learn how to play, and within a year they were playing the piano, and they were playing in concerts. So it can be done. There was a young guy that bought a keyboard, and he started playing on the keyboard and kept practicing and practicing every day. I don't know how many hours, but he kept practicing every day, and he finally mastered everything. He learned everything and was able to perform in front of people. I don't ever want to do that. I just want to learn for my own peace of mind. I'd like to be able to do something besides what I've done. Now, that being said, I have played the organ in church, but that was a long time ago, and I did know my keys then. I did know the bass clef and the treble clef then. I did play the organ one time in church for special music, but that's been many, many years ago. Probably 40, 50 years ago now that I played it. So, and at that one time, and that time I learned it, but I haven't been going at it or anything. Didn't keep up with it or anything. And I don't have a piano and organ in my house, so a keyboard is the only thing that I can have to even learn how to play anything like that, because I have no room for it, you know. So I just go ahead and just start. Just want to learn how to play, and it's fun. It really is. Learning the different and I've been finding your free song sheets on the internet, and I've been printing them out, so I'd have songs that I can with the lyrics, and of course they have the all the way it was written, and I can try to practice them and play them. I'm not real good at it. There's some that's going to take a little longer to learn than some others, but right now I'm going to go through those lessons on my iPad and learn them first, and get the basics down of the keys, because you got your majors and minors and all this and stuff, and I haven't learned that yet. But that's kind of confusing, and how to stepwise on your keys, and then leap all over the place. You got to move your hands all over the place. On how do some of these do it? There's one here on Haps that I watched her play the piano the other day. Oh my goodness, that woman played like nobody's business. Oh my goodness, she can tickle those ivories like she reminds me of Liberace. How he tickled those ivories, and boy, she's so good. So she was on this morning, but I didn't watch her broadcast this morning. She wasn't playing a piano this morning. She's doing something different. So I have to go back and watch the replay. But she's really good, man. And I like music. I like the organ better than the piano. But if somebody can play the piano and make it sound good, I'm there. I'm there to listen. And she did. She was playing it without music even. I don't know how these people can play without music, because I have to have music in front of me. I can't play without music. But a lot of people can't. And that's okay. If you can't play without music, you use music to play and do the way you can. So that's why I'm just gonna keep working at it. Now I'll get it. I'll figure it all out. I'll learn how to play my keyboard. I'm still trying to learn some more on the clarinet. So clarinet, I want to learn how to play that for church when we have Christmas program and stuff. Of course, with COVID, we didn't have that this last Christmas. We did up until this last Christmas. We had Christmas programs where people would play their instruments or whatever. They would sing or what have you. And at that time, I hadn't got my clarinet out and played it that much. So I'm going to start getting it out, start practicing more, because I can find music online for the clarinet as well. Although some of the music I got from my keyboard can work on the clarinet as well. It's the same notes, so I can still use the same ones. But I just have to learn all the notes on the clarinet. I haven't learned all the notes on the clarinet yet. I don't know where they're all at. My keyboard, I've got it all marked with stickers for the keys in case I forgot. But I already knew where middle C was. It's the keys below that I kind of got messed up on. But I put them on there. It came with it. So I just put them on there. So it helps me to learn my keys, especially the bass clef, because that's a little bit harder to learn where everything's on the bass clef. So I just put that stuff on there so I can figure out the bass clef and just start learning how to play. But as you can see, I'm just yakking away. Just yakking away, and I don't see the conversation moving so much right now. I think everybody must just be getting intrigued in what they're watching, and they're not commenting back. I know I'm like you. If somebody's doing something, I don't really say something. Like Michelle Alexander, she draws, and when I get engrossed in her drawing, I don't really comment much. I'm just sitting there watching her draw, because she's so good at what she does. So her and I are going to get together, and we're going to crochet on her broadcast, probably next week sometime, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So see how long this is getting? It's getting quite longer. I just finished row 28, and I'm going to have to go to row 44, and then and then no increases after row 44. I just decreased by 1 stitch in this section at the beginning of the even rows of the forward pass. Then I just have to decrease. Then what you do is you take where I always increase, I have to take and do 2 together. And that's how I decrease, is 2 of the vertical bars together. So that's basically how I do that. If I pick this up and look at it so I remember what row I was on. Okay, there we go. So I don't want to get this wrong. So there's but this is I'm really enthused that everybody came in today. I mean, this is awesome. You guys are really here for me, and I've got 283. Boy, if I was to do my challenge, I really get it. I've tried stuff like this on my challenge before, and I never really made it. So I tried not to. And I got my challenge on Monday anyway. I had 414, I believe it was. So I'm thankful that people come in here and they support me, and that you got my back. I do have quite a few moderators in here. I think I got something like 10 or 11 moderators. So if you see a problem come up, because you will get, I am streaming through Periscope, Twitter, and YouTube. If you see something come up that somebody saying something, now with them up being in HAPS, you can't block them. Now what they're going to eventually do, they said today on the Q&A, is they're going to set it up that we can mute them. We can mute the people if they're not on HAPS. We can mute, because right now, if somebody comes in here and they're from YouTube or Twitter or Periscope, and you go to mute them or something, you can't even tap on the comment box. At least I can't. Maybe you guys can, but I can't. So I have to go into YouTube if they come in from YouTube, and have to block them that way or mute them or whatever. So if you see anything, if my moderators see anything come up that's kind of odd, take care of it, because I don't always see everything. It's good to have moderators, because as we know, there's trolls out there. They're out there they're just, I know they're a pain, but it seems like they're increasing in magnitude. Um, so I didn't think when I come in here that I would have so many of it, but they seem to find me now that I'm broadcasting through Periscope, Twitter, and YouTube. They're seeming to find me, and they're following me, and then I have to block them elsewhere. So, um, but I do have moderators. I'm trying to keep the. But I really don't like to have to block people. But if need be, if somebody comes in here and says or does something that they shouldn't be doing, they will get blocked. They will be chased out of here. But other than that, if somebody is just being ornery, they're going to get muted. Um, if you can mute them, but hopefully they'll eventually set up where we can mute them from other outside sources. You know, and for those that may not know about the HAPS challenge, I'll mention that while I'm in here, because you got people in here from Periscope and you got them in here from Twitter. What we are right now is we're having what we call a HAPS challenge for 8 weeks. We're on the 5th week right now. I've got it all 5 weeks so far. You have to broadcast and get more than 250 in your broadcast, 250 or more. You must broadcast longer than 10 minutes. You must be linked up to more than one outside source. And that's basically it. They start with 500, but a lot of people can't meet that, so we go to 250. But I get more than 250. As I see, I got it right now. If I'd have made this my HAPS challenge, I'd have made it good. But we have to do it long. But it's not like unlike me to do it maybe an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. I broadcast for a long time. As long as you broadcast longer than 10 minutes, you have 250 or more in your broadcast, you get credit for it. So I did mine on Monday, had 414. I got my challenge for this week, so I'm good until next week. Now, that being said, some people won't get it right away, and they have to keep trying. That's the whole thing. You try until you get it, because I've done it already. There's been not this week. This week was okay, but last week, I think last week and the week before, I had to try twice, 2 broadcasts on Monday before I managed to get it, because the first one that just didn't have quite enough. So I'd go back. So I broadcast again. I would make a different title, and I would get it the second time. But Monday I didn't have to do that because I ended up. Vanita came in, Bernie came in. So they helped get my challenge up. Now I'm doing this all on my own. Nobody in here, and I got almost 300. So it can happen. But if you're not broadcasting, try to broadcast. I know people are afraid. They don't like to put themselves out there. But I'm telling you, it's not hard to put yourself out there. Just let everybody know who you are and what you can do. And don't be afraid. If you don't want to show your face, there's one on here, Maestro, Euro Maestro. I think he doesn't show his face at all. And any broadcast, he doesn't show his face. That's totally up to him. I show mine, but a lot of people don't. So if you don't want to show your face, then just show the area that you live in, or if you're walking or something, just show where you walk, and you don't have to show your face. Because some people I know are scared to death to show, and that's fine. With the with the internet being what it is, I can certainly understand that, because people are terrible. There's a lot of craziness going on in this world. A lot of craziness. Too much, if you ask me. Way too much. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. There's a lot better broadcasters out there than me. I am not a real good broadcaster. You have people like Louise Poppy, that's a tour guide there in New Zealand, Auckland. She does beautiful broadcasts. You have Swift Beats and his music. You have Bobby Bicker. All those other ones, they run rings around me. I'm just a simple person. I don't do what they do. I don't have the talent to do what they do. But that's okay. We're not all talented to do the same thing. Not everybody can crochet like I can. So if they can't crochet like I can, well, then I show them how I do it. Now, Michelle Alexander, she crochets as well as draws. I want to learn how to draw too. I know that's going to be a feat in itself to learn how to draw. But you know something? I know it's going to happen too. Here I am, 73 years old, and trying to learn how to play my keyboard. and I want to learn how to draw, you know. Well, I guess, you know, they say you're never too old to learn, you know, as long as you're on God's green earth and you've got breath in in your body, you should keep right on learning. We all could keep right on learning. And that's what I like to do. I like to keep on learning because I'm never too old to learn. I mean, shoot, I don't know as much about things as I'd like to know, but by watching other people, I learn. And that's how you learn, from watching other people. You know, that's why I say I'm a visual person. I can't do things unless I see them visually do it. When they visually show me, then I can do it. Like the lessons I'm doing on my keyboard. They're visually showing me, so I'm able to follow them and get my keyboard out and do exactly what they're doing. Hit the same key they're hitting, and put my fingers the way they're showing and everything. But just to say, well, start playing, well, without knowing what you're doing, without having videos to help you, you wouldn't know. So that's one way I learn. I know how other people are, but that's the way I am. Visualist. That's the kind of I guess you could call me a visualist. I love I love learning, but I like watching other people so I can learn from them. You know, because we learn from each other. That's what HAPS is all about. This is a platform of people. We don't all do the same thing, but we all learn from each other. You know, if somebody does something that somebody else wants to learn, they'll watch them and maybe they'll catch on and they can try to do it themselves, you know. So, but when it comes to crocheting, I taught myself. From the age of 18, I taught myself. It wasn't hard. I just got the books, the instruction books, and it had all the illustrations on your stitches. I learned the single crochet first, which was the easiest one to learn. Then I went up from there, and every stitch became easier and easier. And I taught myself because I wanted to learn how to do some kind of crafts after I graduated from high school. I was living with my dad, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I took it up because I've had a lot of fun with it. I did needle knitting for the longest time. Wow, needle knitting, that kind of got to the point where I got frustrated because I would start dropping stitches, and then I'd have to figure out how to pick them back up again. You use your crochet hook, of course, but it's time consuming to have to go back and pick up those stitches all up again. So I would rather just go ahead and loom knit and not have to worry. Of course, you still drop stitches on loom knitting, but it's a little bit harder. But needle knitting, I've still got my needles, but I don't really use them. I'd rather, when I first saw the looms, I thought, I wonder what these do. So I bought me some round looms. Of course, since then I've changed the looms I use. But I thought, my goodness, and they actually knit and actually purl. They actually looks like a knit stitch and the purl stitch on there. And I thought, boy, these are pigs. You use a tool to pick them off with. I mean, that was awesome. And they're always coming out with new stuff. They also got punch needle. They're coming back with that now. I used to do punch needle years ago. When I lived in Hawaii, we had out of the I think it was the stadium. Um, they had a booth set up or stuff, and you go from different ones, and you would see what they had to offer, and you buy or more or less like barter, for it and stuff. And I bought me some punch needle when I was there, and I hadn't done it in years, so I started to take it up here not too long ago. Boy, did I ever forget how to do it. Now I got me a punch needle kit, but the only thing is it's thread. What I learned was with yarn, so I'm gonna have to just forego that and just get some kits with yarn and stuff in if I ever want to do it up, because it's hard. It really is with thread because it keeps breaking. But look how big this is getting. See, here's the front. See all these. See all these. This is the these are the vertical bars that I'm going through. That's it. It's real, very, very simple. Not hard at all. I'm going through all these vertical bars, and I'm getting all ready to row 32, and I got to go to 44, and then I stop increasing. So as you see, it's getting there. Slow but sure, it is getting there. Taking a little time, but I'm going to get this thing bigger and bigger and bigger. I like showing other people how to do stuff, because people will ask me, well, how do you do that? Well, I like to show them how to do it. And they can, if you're not sure, you can always got the replays them. I never delete them. You can go back and you can pause it if you need to learn something. And that's one thing about YouTube videos I like too. If they start going too fast, you can pause it. Because I try to keep up with the YouTube videos and sometimes it's impossible. I'll just pause it and say, well, how would they do that? So I'll pause it and get up to the part where I got confused, and then I will start it back up again. But sometimes, they go so fast because they've been doing it for so long that us that are trying to keep up with them, we can't. So that's why I like about it. But on my replays, you can pause it, you can stop it if there's a certain um, you know thing that you don't quite understand. And you can go back and watch it as many times as you want, because I leave all my replays up. Um, I've only deleted a few, and those are ones that I may have gotten. My broadcast would come to an end because I didn't have a good connection, and it would come to an end abruptly. So I would just go ahead and delete them. But other than that, I don't delete my broadcasts. I leave them up because people that might not be in here want to see them on Periscope. They want to see them on Twitter. There's people that like to see them on YouTube, which I am on. Like I said, I'm broadcasting to YouTube right now. So, and I haven't got YouTube up, so I don't know what kind of comments are coming in there. They're not coming up here anyway. But anyway, I love broadcasting to other media, because you have to do that um, to get your challenge anyway. You have to broadcast to at least one medium. And I thought, well, I might as well broadcast to Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. Now I was broadcasting to Facebook, but with my family, I don't really need to broadcast to there, so I disconnected that one. But so I just do the main ones and I don't have Twitch, so I don't broadcast from there because I don't have that one. Some people do, but I don't have that one. I don't really need that one. Randy was saying it's kind of hard when you broadcast to Twitch, and it kind of knocks your broadcast out. So, like I said, I don't have Twitch. I figure the ones I have are all that I need. Wow, look at my viewer count. It's getting better and better and better. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I can't see your comments too well because I've got it bent down, but I can see it a little bit. Good to see you. I'm just trying to show you how to do a Tunisian scarf. This is just basically a tutorial. I'll probably take it out and start it over again, make it a little bit neater. But this is basically how you do it. And this is a Tunisian hook. See, it looks like a crochet hook on the end, but it's got a funny looking thing here. That's where your cord goes in. You fasten your cord on the one end, and then you have a stopper on the other end. This stopper keeps your yarn from going off the edge. Without this stopper, it would fall off and you would lose everything. So that's why I have it up there. Good to see everybody. I am making a scarf. Yeah, this is what they call Tunisian crochet. Basically, you see all these vertical bars here. Those are what I'm going into. This is the right side. This is the wrong side. Because this, you do not turn your work. It's all done on the right side. Everything's done on the right side. This is what they call the forward pass. What I'm doing is I'm picking up all these vertical bars. As you can see, I'm picking all the vertical bars up, putting them on. I'm yarning over and putting them up on my hook. And then I'll do my backward pass, forward pass, and backward pass. That's one round. That's one row. You don't count you don't count the forward pass, and then the backward pass is a separate row. It's all the same row. So you have to do both in order to make the row complete. So that's how I count it. But you can see I'm going through all these vertical rows, just like that. And I'm to the end. And what I do is I pick up the 2 bars here on the end, because that's a chain. It makes a good chain stitch there. A good edge, excuse me. It's a good edge. So I pick up both of them. Make sure I pick up one, and then I go and pick up the other one. See, and I just yarn over, and then I go through one, because you start your chain stitch again. Go through one, then you go through 2, and you go through 2 every time. I started with just 3 hooks, 3 stitches on here, and look how many I got now. But I'm only going to have as most 25, because after I get to row 44, I will not increase anymore. And then I get to a certain point. I just just do it straight for a while, and then I'll decrease at the same edge that I increased on. I will decrease. I will take 2 vertical bars and I will put them together. That's basically what you do. You just do 2 vertical bars together. It's like your when you knit 2 together. It's basically what you're doing. You're just putting. I'll just take my crochet hook and I'll put in the 2 vertical bars. Draw up a loop, and I have I've less 1. So that's how I decrease. So it's got to do on the same end. So So it's hard for me to see your comments since I'm just trying to show my hands, but I'll go back and I'll watch them later. But I thank everybody for coming in here and commenting. You know, I've got over 300 on my broadcast now, so I'm not doing too bad today. I didn't anticipate having this many because I've done these before and I never got very many. But this one seems to be intriguing people and it's drawing people in here. So that's awesome too. But see what I'm doing? I'm picking up all these vertical bars. See these bars here? You can see them here. And I'm just going in here and I'm just picking them up. Just drawing up a loop, yarning over, drawing up a loop, and holding it there. And that's what Tunisian is. You're just holding it there. It's called the TSS, Tunisian Simple Stitch. Very, very simple. Because crochet, you crochet and it goes off your hook, your work increases. Well, this work increases too, but it doesn't go off the hook. That's how you get them off the hook. You have to slip stitch to get them off the hook. So you put them on the forward pass, and then the backward pass, you're taking off everything you put on. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting them on now. And then I'm going to do my backward pass as soon as I get to the last one here. This is my last one. Then I'm going to do the 2 vertical bars here so I can have the chain stitch. And now I go through 1 to have the chain stitch in the next one again. Now I go through 2 vertical bars every time. 2 and 2 and 2. I just pull it right through there. Pull through 2, pull through 2. And this is very, very simple. And this is what they call Tunisian crochet. It's been around a while, but I didn't do it right away. I hesitated doing it because I wasn't sure. I wanted to do it. But as time went on, I thought, I'm going to give this Tunisian a try. So my daughter's done Tunisian, and I'm doing Tunisian. Right now, she's working on diamond painting. She's got some coming from China. And the thing is, they're coming like a slow boat to China. She's not getting them. She ordered them on the 30th of January, and they're still sitting in customs, they said. So I don't know what's happening. But anyway, she's not getting them like she should. So, but anyway, that's basically what this really amounts to. I'm going to put this up a little bit so I can see your comments a little bit here. I'm going to unscrew this so I can pull it up and see your comments. What makes a Tunisian? That's let it be. That's what it's called. It's called the Tunisian stitch because of all these vertical things I'm going through. That's what makes it Tunisian. That's what makes because see, this is a big hook. It's a crochet hook on the end, but you got this cord with this stopper, and what this does is this keeps your yarn from coming off the hook. And you got to see hooks in here. This is a different end. See, it's crochet hook. Looks crochet until you get down here, and then you got this thing goes in. You got a thing on here that you just hook it in there and you just twist it. And what makes it Tunisian is the fact you're just doing it all on the right side. You are not turning your work, because in crochet you turn your work. Here you do not turn your work. You just simply stay on the right side, and there you go. So I think I'm probably pretty quick. I'll end this, but that's pretty much how you do it. If you've never done Tunisian crochet, I suggest you pick it up and go find some Pinterest. That's where I found this, but you can probably also find them on YouTube. And they do them real slow. Like I said, I'm a visual person. When they're doing a YouTube video, I like to pick my hooks up. Whatever they're doing, I like to get my yarn and my hooks and follow them and do the same thing they're doing. because that's how I learn is visual. People can tell me, well, this is how you do it. I don't learn that as easily as if I don't, if until I've done exactly what they're doing. I need to pick it up, do what they're doing so that I can learn. That's how I'm doing with my keyboard. They're having visual while they're throwing the lessons. And when he hits the key, I hit the key. So I'm learning along with him showing me, and I'm learning. So that's how you learn visual. So this is what it looks like so far. It's going to be longer. I'll probably take this out and probably restart it because it isn't perfect. It isn't. It's just a tutorial to show you how to do it because it should be a little bit nicer. But anyway, I'll just stop for a little bit and rest my fingers. But anyway, I'm glad everybody came in because you know, you support me like this. This was not my HAPS challenge, but if it would have been. I got it. I got it on Monday, and I'm thankful for all the awards I'm getting because I'm getting close to $100. I want to get the 200 by Sunday, but I doubt if I'll make that because I don't get awards on Sabbath, and I could do something on Sunday, probably get the awards again. But if I don't get it, it'll start over again on Monday. That's no big deal. That's the most I've ever made in here. And I think I've got over $100 and some in my account right now. So what I've got, I added on to it. I'll get close to $100. So whatever I make, because it takes me a while to get my $200. I'm not like Randy where you can get it every month. But I do thank you, everybody, for giving me the words because this is helping, because everybody can use a little bit of money. And I encourage anybody that's over on a Periscope, that's on Twitter, to join HAPS. And if you broadcast over there, you can do it on here and get paid for doing it. Because you see the awards I got, they turn into money. That goes into your account. And once you get $200, you can cash out. I know that sounds like a lot, but if they didn't set it high enough, people would be cashing out probably every day, because I'm going to get a lot. Now, Randy, he gets it every month, so he cashes out quite a bit. But I'll be ready to start cashing out, if not this month, next month. So anyway, I think I'm gonna close this for now, and take care of my dog. She's been sick today. I think she's doing pretty good right now, but I kind of gotta watch her to make sure that she's not gonna, do what she's been doing today. And that was, what they normally do. So I think I'll go for now. So I thank everybody for coming in. I may do one tomorrow and I may not. I'm not sure. But if I do one tomorrow, just wait for the notification. And I thank everybody for coming in here. Thank you for the awards. Thank you for the support. And until we meet again, take care. God bless. And bye-bye.